Welcome, gamers, to the first video in a hopefully consistent series, depending on how consistent I am with this. I'm aiming for once a week, once a week a video. Um, but yeah, so the series is going to be kind of a mix of, I don't know, it's just going to be a kind of a classic COD, you know, commentary video with COD gameplay in background. Classic comfort. I don't know, that's just my comfort. You know, whenever I think of it like Jay Schlatt with the weekly slap, or fucking old ass Leafy, or old ass Luna. Fuck. If I wonder if he makes videos still, Luna. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to make something, kind of speak my mind. This kind of like a not a diary per se, but just a place where I can put some rambles that could maybe help somebody along the road. Um, but kind of the focus of today and today's topic, if you couldn't tell by the title, is overthinking, or just getting in your own way. How to just stop getting in your own way. Because it's I know it's easier said than done to not get in your own way, but as someone who gets in their own way, I know it's not that easy. Um, you know, I feel like we all have hobbies that we just don't do because we feel like we can't. And the more and more you think about it, the more and more you wish you could do it, but then the more and more you put reasons why you can't do it, right? So, for example, uh, I've always wanted to make a comic, or just focus super heavy on art. It's not my job. It isn't, you know, a side job. I get no money from it. It's just a passion I've had since I was in like second grade, first grade. I don't know. I've always had this ability or willingness to make art. I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I do it. Um, but I've always wanted to make a comic, and I always tend to, like, people always would push me to do it too. Like, I had all the support I would ever need, and a lot of people have that, where they have the support, friends, family, whatever. And I'm not saying financial support, just like moral support. And sometimes you get in your own way, like, oh, I can't do this, or oh, fuck, you know, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't have whatever it is. You just kind of put that in the way. And I I'm gonna be honest, I've done that a million trillion quadrillion times, where it's just like you sit there and you're like, fuck, I really want to be doing this, but I can't. I don't. I have to do this instead. Like, it's better if I do this, whatever. It's just a dream. And you know, uh, past, I don't know, 3 years has been a very changing time in my life, where I graduated college, and you know I would draw in college. I didn't draw for the first maybe year of college. And then by like the end of first year into second year, I was drawing a ton, or I started picking it back up a ton. Um, and like, I was having friends telling me, like, man, you should do something with this. You should make a comic, or you should, do Fiverr or whatever. And you know, it's very hard to like, it's easier said than done, but then it's also not. It's fairly easy. Just draw, dude. Just do the thing you need to do, and you'll get what you want. And like, I know it's easier said than done, and like, there's a ton of work that goes into it. um but you know you you have to just do what you love, and push what you love, because you get this one life. And you know we're here just to work all the time. And like, most of your life you're going to be working. Why the hell would you just work the entire time and not be able to enjoy or figure out who you are as a person and like your interests. Because like I don't know, we call those people boring who just go to work and do nothing else. Like their work is all they do. Now there's a difference where your passion is your work, but like even then, you gotta have some side hobbies. Like if drawing was my job 24/7, I still would like, yeah, I'd draw, but like I love playing video games. I love you know fucking Legos, building them, building model kits, building PCs, messing with computers. Like, you gotta have hobbies outside stuff, and a lot of people are so focused on work, and I get it. Like, economy's ass and everything sucks, but yeah, I just feel like a lot of people push their dreams and aspirations aside because they feel like it's not realistic to themselves, or it's not in their cards, or it's just their situation just isn't where they thought it should be, and they can't start it or whatever. And obviously some dreams are a lot harder to work towards than others, but you gotta just break that down into easier to accomplish tasks to then be able to just accomplish. And I know, like, it's all just, like I said, easier said than done. And I just going back to Shia LaBeouf and some fucking iconic "Just Do It" ad. You know, everyone just took it as a meme, but like, you know, looking back, bro was, yeah. Don't let your dreams be dreams, dude. Just fucking do it. And yeah, I just wanted to ramble about it because I've just been in my head, and I figured, I'm on the other side of overthinking all of it and all that, but I just figured, if someone could use this for help, they could use it for help. Y'all have a good one. Stay hydrated. Enjoy life, boys and girls. Deuces.